What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Hope you all can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments. What's up, Corey? Angelia, LaQuisha. Hey, LaQuisha did such a great job yesterday as a coach, demonstrating how to use the 10-minute templates and even how to print and press and all over a shirt. So if you missed that yesterday, check out yesterday's video and definitely watch a girl do her thing. She did a rodeo theme from a flower unicorn theme. So I want y'all to see that kind of stuff because these are everyday applications that your customers may ask you to do. And I want you to know it's not just me that can do these templates. These are folks that have become coaches by attending the academy and me noticing their growth and their level of skill. So please make sure you check out LaQuisha's. We're going to be doing this probably every week. I'm going to invite one of the coaches on to see, what you all want to see. They'll be able to take requests. They'll be able to show you what they're actually working on in their real life projects for their real life businesses and be able to coach you on, helping you with PNG designs if you need those, helping you coach one-on-one through doing the Photoshop and Zoom sessions with them, and then also just generally teaching you all how to do most of the things that you're going to need to do to function for your business. And if you need to look like you're doing all overs right now, they can do the work for you, or they can send you the large format prints. A lot of the things that I do, I'm opening up to these business partners and these coaches because there's not enough of me, not enough clones of me around here to do it all. And I really, really want you all to have access to that type of help and quality access to that help that's vetted by me. I know their work, I can trust them, and I am presenting their work and their contact information to you all. So be looking out for more of that. Awesome, y'all can hear me while I've been doing all this blabbing and talking anyway. What's up, Gail? Shika V? Shani, hey, love. Graceful Creations. Chrissy Poo, what's up, girl? Sharon, hey, hey. Lakira and Tasha, I see you. Awesome, awesome. All right, Leslie, I'm gonna talk a little low since you at work listening. All right, so I know this sort of theme is gonna end up, getting really big in the next few weeks because y'all know that Halloween is one of those seasons that people get started on early. So I'm working on this little template here, but also to show you the versatility of it. When you see something, it's not just what you see. So of course, with this class, I'm going to give y'all my illustration here for the characters, but I want you to see it as more than that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to transform this as we're demonstrating for class, and this is what we're going to work on in class today. Now get this, I'm real bold. I call this a 5-minute template. Now I call this a 5-minute template because I really do believe once you go through the class, once you get your confidence up and through class you have a final product in the class, you're going to be able to change this out in 5 minutes. Okay, I have full faith in that. Let's go ahead and get started. I saw some pictures y'all dropped for me, and I'm going to start doing this more often. Just asking for y'all's photo input because it really does, it helps motivate me to make a better image as well, because these are y'all's loves, so when I see love, I bring love, and then that love and light meshes and we create magic. Okay, so I fell in love with this image here. Like, this is so tough, y'all. And I love to see the lady athletes really celebrated as well. Y'all are killing me. Like, these are some really good images, and I may even do more than one today, so we'll see. Let's see. Oh, I got some more since the last time I opened this. Oh man. Okay, so y'all making it tough for me. However, if I do happen to use the image, you will get the template for free. If I don't use it right now and I use it for, let's say, another template next week or something like that, then you'll still get the template for free. And I hate that I can't use all of these in the live, but y'all know that I'm going to do something special. All right, so because it has these very special images in there. So I have to cut off the Facebook, otherwise it will tear up my my live stream. So let's go get into it. All right. So the other thing we're going to do, and this is actually something I noticed yesterday when LaQuisha was doing her live demo. When y'all ask questions like, hey, how did you curve the text, or you know, something like that, I'm taking those into account to make sure that we're teaching those concepts as well. All right, so without further ado, well, there was already a little ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first and foremost, this is really simple. It looks really ornate, but that's the purpose. It's supposed to make you look like you are Photoshop Pro, even if you are a newbie, okay? So it's that simple. Let me go ahead and go to my folder where I've downloaded some of these photos. And first and foremost, let's go ahead and go to Remove BG. And let's go ahead and cut out the background of the images. This is just my quickest way to do this. And I do this also because a lot of times I'm doing like on-demand stuff. And when I'm doing on-demand stuff, I want y'all to see how this works out. It just works out really quickly. If I need to clean something up, I absolutely can. But for the most part, this does the job for me. And it's pretty accurate most of the time. Sometimes I have a little trouble with it confusing like the background and the skin tone sometimes, so then I have to add back something. But these are all perfect. And like I said, if I don't use these now, I'm going to see what I can get through in today's session. And whatever I don't use, maybe I'll get a chance to use some other time. All right, so like I said, this saves me a little time trying to take off the background in Photoshop. And this one is a low resolution. I might not be able to use that one. And this one I can get high resolution. And the other thing is I'm looking for variations in colors, something that I can kind of show you how we can take this to the next level. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is change out our photo, because the photo is going to set the tone for the color scheme, right? So let's go ahead and right click on the photo here. I'll double click and I'm just going to drag in our image. And for this one, I'm going to start with the young lady here because this just looks so inspiring to me. And Tanil, if you are here, love, this is your image, so make sure that you get in contact with Erica Kane, and she'll make sure that you have this template for the free ski. All right, and I like the colors, and I don't know if they use the neon colors in the design or if the main color is just like the forest green, white, and black, or like a silver color. So we'll see. We'll add the little neon green in there just to see. So once I update the photo here, it's already set up. And if I want to, and as a matter of fact, this is what I do. I'm going to balance the photo a little bit more on my smart object. And by saying that, I'm just going to pull it over just a little bit here. And then let me rotate it just a bit so that it looks a little more centered in the design. All right, so now let's update that. Smart object, hit yes. There we go. Perfect. And let me go on back to our chat here. All right. So what we have are smart colors here, and usually black is one of those colors I'll just include in almost every design just because it grounds the images, it grounds the colors. It's just a universal match with everything type of color. So I'm going to leave my black alone, and then I'm going to actually incorporate this bright green. So I like that for my smart color 3. However, I have this purple and orange that don't quite go with what I need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick where I want the dark green, and I want the dark green to replace the purple here. So I'm going to grab my color picker tool. I'm going to grab the dark green from somewhere on her garment. There we go. And see how it changed in my foreground color down here? So that foreground color is going to stay in this position. Then I'm going to double click on the purple smart color, and I'm just going to change this color. Now instead of changing it, because this is going to be a template, I'm going to keep the purple there, and then I will change it to the green. Now all I have to do is run over here to my foreground color, tap that one time, and here we go with the green. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and turn off my purple color. Let's update it to the green, and you will see all the smoke, all the paint splashes that were originally the purple color are now that dark green color. And then the other color we have is this orange. Now we already have black. Maybe I'll do either this silvery gray color, or I could even do white for my color number 2. If you really want a lot of a certain color, you can actually make color number 2 the same as another color. Alright, so again, we'll duplicate the layer, and I'll see what it looks like with a little more green instead of maybe white or gray. So let's change it to the dark green. Okay, you see how I'm getting more of the dark green there? And I actually think I may do this bright green in a different location, because the bright green is the main color that's showing up here. So let me take my smart color 2. I'm actually going to change it to, let's change it to white. Let's see what white looks like. I think it'll make it pop. Alright, see how that white came in and just added a little extra? So then what I'm going to do with the bright green is I'm going to change it to, let's duplicate that layer. Let's change it to the dark green. Oh, I have to double click on that. Change it to the dark green, hit OK. Alright, so that's the main color. And then if I want that little bit of that bright green there, I'm thinking maybe color 1 is what I'll change to the bright green. Alright, so let's see what that looks like. Alright, I think that gives it a little more accent. Alright, so that is basically the color scheme done, the photo done, and then of course if we want to change the text here, I'm just going to duplicate this text grouping. Let's duplicate that group, and this is what we're going to do in class. So this one, and I'm going to go ahead and delete it right now because I want to show you how to do this. We're going to go ahead and turn on the straight text, and then we're going to curve it together. Alright, so let's say, do I happen to have Tennille, if you are here in the comments, love, let me know, because I would like to know if you have like a specific text or anything that you want to see here. And then what I'm going to do is a font switch up. Alright, so if I don't have the information, then I'm just going to like make up generic information that you all will be able to change. So let's say instead of it saying Hocus Pocus, let's say we're going to go with your town and then maybe the mascot or whatever the team name is. Let's go with, I always do tigers. What's another common one? lions, tigers, bears, pirates, marlins. We'll just put mascot. All right, and then we'll change that once we do our second one. All right, so your town mascot, and it's cute with the cursive text here, but or script text, but we may want it to have like a different look, but still keep the same, you know, the same layer effects. And I do want to show you here too. We can change these colors. So for your town, right now it's got the white on there and it's a gray base. So basically, if you want to see, let's say, the bright green or the dark green, so the word mascot, let's make dark green. And the reason why it is not dark is because the blend mode is set to color. But if I change the blend mode to darken, then I get that darker green. So we'll play with that as well. Oh, eagles is a good one. Okay, so let's do eagles, even if it's not eagles. And if I wasn't trying to type so fast, there we go. All right, and then what I need to do is show you all while we're designing, we really need to have this guideline layer on, because sometimes I get prints from our fellow creatives and the prints are like, the text or the photos go like into this area where you don't know if it's going to press onto some of the smaller shirts or get cut off. So I like to tell y'all to go ahead and keep it, you know, keep it tight, at least barely hanging out of this text safe area. So I'm going to do Control T here, and I'm just going to bring that in and make it a little up. I said a little bit smaller. I think I'm getting a little delay here, so let me know if y'all are experiencing that on your end. All right, now same thing with just a bunch of. So you might want to say, or you don't have to put anything up there, but I want to put something up there because I want to show y'all how to curve the text. So let's do, your name. Okay, and then maybe we'll also put a number on there, right? Because these are things I want y'all to see. When you see text on these templates, you don't only have to do what is exactly on the template. I want you all to be creative. I want you all to really be able to use these resources. And let's say that I want to put the number on there, and of course the number would need to also come with the colors. I'm going to select this whole thing, right click and duplicate those layers, and then I have your name. Now I'm going to put, maybe it's number, oh, this font doesn't have the numbers in there, so that's perfect. I need to show you that anyway. This font is a free commercial use font, but it does not include all of the characters. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to find your other font for today. And I think I want to try, I'm actually trying a font out right now. Let's try Knucklehead. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and install it. Oh, I might as well show you how to install it too. Double click, install. So y'all will be installing these two fonts. The original one that I have with the script is called Noradilla. So y'all will install that one and this one. And then that way you won't have to stop in the middle of class in order to figure out why your font's not showing up. So this one is called Knucklehead. I'm going to go ahead and type in Knucklehead. There we go. Alright, so Knucklehead looks like a good font for numbers, but let's see how it works as a font for the names. So once I choose a font, I usually will find it at the very top here. Alright. I like this font. And then I'll go ahead and choose the Eagles. I'm going to hold down Control in your town and go ahead and change those out. So this will not be anything that you have to change. It'll already be in your template. And then because this is like an all caps font, you don't have to do the lowercase unless you just want to have that uppercase, but I want to see it in all caps. Usually my sports themes, I do a lot of all caps. Same thing here for the your name. And this is a shortcut. You don't have to retype it in all caps. Did y'all know in Photoshop, you just hit this in the character panel, this uppercase T next to another uppercase T, and that makes it all caps. And you also have small caps, which if this was a regular font with lowercase letters, then it would do the same thing that this font naturally does, which is make the first one appear caps and the rest of them appear caps but smaller. Alright, so I'm liking this so far. Let's go ahead, let's change the your name. We'll go ahead and do the dark green, but of course we need to change the blend mode for this one. Let's change the blend mode to darken. And then for this particular text, I might even want it to go behind the photo. So if I want it to go behind the photo, I have to drag all of those layers behind the photo. You see how that works out? All right. So I think this is what we're going to do for the first change out. I was going to also show you all how to maybe arch this text here. So instead of the straight across, I'm going to double click on this T, and then we're going to go to the T with the arch underneath it. And I'm just going to bring this down just a little bit. So it's about 26% now, and I'll take this entire thing, bring it down, make sure it's good within my little text and photo save area. I feel good about that. Alright, and technically this would be a done deal. I'm going to take this 33 and make it a little bit bigger. Why not? And let's make sure that we have the proper blend mode for whatever color we want here. If we want the bright green, or even if we want black, it still needs to be on either darken or multiply to get that darker color. Now if we were choosing white, then the blend mode we would have to choose as lighten in order to get that, or if we choose overlay, I can get a little bit of that 3D effect back there. Okay, so I think I like overlay for that. And every color is going to be different, y'all. If you have, and I just group them in terms of how I see them. Light and pastel colors, I'm going to have to use a blend mode probably like lighten. For my medium tones, or my bright colors but not really light colors, then I can probably use the color function, the color blend mode. For the dark colors, I have to use overlay or multiply or darken. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you use overlay with the darker colors too. It just depends on what you see. Are you getting the effects that you want out of that blend mode? And you just have to trust the process. You go in there and you play with these little things, and then you figure it out based on what your eyes want to see. Okay? So I'm going to call this text pretty much done. So really and truly, this is a done deal. If you want to do it as an all over shirt, this is ready to save as a JPEG and then print. I do not print from these large Photoshop files. It will definitely make you want to kick your computer at some point in time. The other thing is we have this as a 13 by 19, so I'm going to activate my 13 by 19 layer. But just in case you don't get all the effect that you want, all the colors that you want out of that all over background, because it's kind of too big here, then you can go here and you go to the 13 by 19, which takes that same energy from the outside and just makes it compact, brings it in. As a matter of fact, I'll disable the layer mask so you can see. So all we did was take those same colors and effects and just squish them in so that when we do our 13 by 19 mask, that it, you know, appropriately shows all of those effects. All right, so matter of fact, let me go ahead and save this as a variation. And I'm just going to do a quick save a copy. And I probably want to take off my t-shirt mask here. I'll save a PNG version of this one. Alright, so now that I have my second variation, I'm going to time how long it takes to do one more and see if we can really get this down to 5 minutes so I can appropriately deem this a 5-minute template. Alright, so let's bring back the full background here. Bring back our all over. All right. And Ellis Fix, we do this really slow in class. I like to do this in appropriate time when I'm doing the lives, just because I know, you know, usually y'all have stuff to do and then I have to get ready for class. But definitely in class, there is no creative left behind. Everyone finishes with a final product by the time they end the session with something that they could print out that night if they wanted to. But at the very least, you can mock it up and place it on your social media, your business pages, show off to your friends, text message somebody. You can definitely put something out as soon as you do one of these as an example. And I like to tell you all, don't just do a willy-nilly example. I don't know why I've been using willy-nilly so much lately, but it's a lot of willy-nilly-ish that's been going on. But definitely do something that will actually sell. If you don't have a customer, let me tell you what to do. Go to one of the moms of the best football player that's on the team, the most popular one, and go to mom and say, Mom, do you mind if I make you a free shirt? If you can get, just like I do with you all, give me a picture that I can use, a really hot photo that I could use as an example, and I'll give you a free shirt, right? Well, you all are helping me with your images because these are, you know, these are y'all's real babies. These are real life images. So as soon as you go show them off, people are going to be excited about it. Same thing, use that same concept in your marketing. Go get a parent, and I promise you they will not turn down a free t-shirt, especially when you're making that image look like something like this. Now, if you were doing some, you know, little janky designs that they didn't want associated with their child, that's one thing. But I guarantee you, even the kid himself will be like, you know what, Mom, that's hard. I want one of those. I promise you. So I've seen it time and time and time again. And when you have a product that the kids want, trust and believe, especially boys, because boys are real picky about you putting their photos on stuff. They get embarrassed. But these, they feel like, you know, they're represented like they're the next NFL star. Like, that's how they feel. It feels like a poster design to them. It's something that they could put up in their rooms, their dorm rooms when they go to college, etc. So they're not embarrassed by them. They think they're, you know, really cool when they see their images on this type of stuff. So use that to an advantage. Make one free shirt and watch how that one free shirt, I guarantee you that entire family will want that shirt by the next game. Please believe me. All right. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and do this flip, and it is 2:59. I'm going to see if we can do this in 5 minutes. So fonts are already installed. We have our secondary font set up, and I'm going to go ahead and name this text. So this is our text, and this is going to be Your Town your team. Okay, so I'll keep this on here for y'all. So just to let you know, we still have the Hocus Pocus, right? And it's still in the color scheme and everything with the smart colors. But now, so if you wanted to do the cursive text, it is absolutely there for you. All right, so let's go ahead, and it's 3 o'clock. Let's go. Let me stop talking. Let me go to my folder where I have the photo saved, and we're going to right click on the existing photo. And if I double click on it, it's just basically a smart object where I can change out my images. Excuse me, y'all. Still getting over my little cold. All right, so I'm drag and dropping this one in here. Now this is a tough image too. Oh, this isn't my PNG version. So let me go back for a second. There we go. Boom. Let's make it large here. And then before I bring it in, I'm going to go ahead and fade off this bottom because y'all know how I feel about these cut off edges. Let's go ahead and add a layer mask. Get my brush here. And I have black loaded because black conceals while white reveals. We all know how that works, especially when it comes to these dresses. So you think of a dress, and a white dress is going to reveal everything. A black dress kind of, you know, tucks and hides that thing. All right, so there we go. We have that faded off nicely. I'm going to go ahead and close out and say yes to save. It's going to update my image. And this is Auburn. So cool stuff. You know what I'll add an additional layer where you can put a logo. Now, I am not selling this. This would be for personal use, okay? So this is Valentina. If this is your little one, then you can make this for yourself all day, but you already know the rules when it comes to this kind of stuff with logos and whatnot. So I know that you all know this stuff. I just have to reiterate it so folks don't come after me like I advocate for it. All right, so we got our Auburn there. Let's go ahead. Let's find us a cool Auburn logo. And see, this is extra. This shouldn't even be included in my time here. Let's go ahead and grab a transparent one real quick. Boom. Save image as. Boom. It's SVG, so that means it's excellent quality. Uh-oh. Okay, there I go. Now I'm just going to put it somewhere on my background for right now, or right above my background. So I'm on my background. I'm going to drag and drop it here. And because it's all over, I just want to do something where it's not the true logo that you're seeing, but it kind of gives you that, you know, that representation there. And then sometimes I'll spin it. So, can you really say that's the logo? But yeah, I definitely wouldn't try this like at a game or anything like that to try to sell anything like this. Just don't do it. Do it for your personal use. This is your baby. You want to represent. You make your own shirts. But yeah, I just have to advise y'all of such things. So I'm bringing the opacity down just so, you know, it's there, but it's not really there. So, oh, you know what? Let me bring the color back because I want to use this to pick our colors. So smart color 1 right now is this green. Let's make it orange. And what I should have done before I double clicked on that smart color is picked up the color orange with our color picker. Boom, there's orange. There we have it. I'm going to duplicate this layer, click on that green, and touch on this orange. There we have it. And then let's go with the navy blue now. So the green is what I'm going to turn in, the dark green is what I'm going to turn into the navy blue. So I have it picked with my color picker, double click. Let's duplicate this layer, boom, boom. And let's pick our current color, which is the navy blue. All right, already this is coming together. Now I can choose what I want my background color to be. It doesn't have to be black. I can make it the blue. I can make it white. Oh, that white looks good. I didn't think that white was gonna look good. I like the white. And then I can make it orange. Y'all, I like the white. Yes, give me the dread. All right, so let's do, and of course we change out this text here, and it should be pretty simple. I feel like I'm covering up the image a little bit here, so I'm going to take the Your Town and go ahead and edit this. Let's make it, instead of doing the mascot, because I feel like, well, if this is your personal use, of course you can do this. So this would be a good example of how to change this. AUBURN. And let's say it's a little tall. We can Control T, transform that baby down. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Auburn are, they're tigers, right? So let's bring the team name above. I'm going to do that. So you won't have to do that. It'll already be in there. And then the word Eagles now is going to get changed to Tigers. All right, and then let's go ahead and make this Tigers a little bit smaller as well. And I'm going to bring back my guidelines in just a moment just to make sure that I'm staying on point. Let's go ahead and do that now. And I don't know our gentleman's name, so Valentina, if you're here, love, let me know what name you want on here. Right. If not, I'll just leave your name on there, and then his number is, looks like it's 28, might be 29. Let me see if there's another photo reference, but that's it. I'm not sure what the number is, but we'll just go ahead and change it just for the sake of showing you that we can change it. Double click on that. Let's say it's 28, and I'll just guess. All right. I like this a lot. Now what I'm going to do is take that image, and I'm actually going to, let me see if it opens up as SVG. No. We'll just call this the logo, and I think it's a good enough size to where you'll be able to change this out. Let's just call that logo, and then we're going to watermark it. The only thing you're doing when you call something watermarked, it's just a term we like to use, but you're just bringing down the opacity of it. All right, and that's that. Let's go ahead, let's turn off the guidelines, see what we're looking like as a full shirt. I am really liking this. I also want to show you, you can change the color of the smoke, okay? And now it doesn't seem like a Hocus Pocus design. It seems like you can use this for anything you can think of. You might even use this as a birthday shirt design or something. I just want y'all to see the versatility, and you know, sometimes we have to get out of our own heads because we feel like, I'm guilty of this as well. I have to see something a certain way for me to believe that's what it is. So that's why a lot of times I like to work through these sessions with you all, because it helps me get ideas of how to see my own templates differently. All right, so that's turning that cloud white. We can turn it blue, we can turn it black, we can turn it orange. I use the orange just to contrast against this blue here. But same thing with, you have the smoke here, you can make it orange, and you can make it white. And you can make it blue. I think the white stands out a little bit, so this one I'll do white. And then you have some smoke kind of in the background here as well. I can make that white just so you can see. This could look really tough for like your sports images. And I really did a lot to make this a 5-minute template. So it's a lot of work on the back end to make it something that's easy to edit in the on the front end. And I think I might actually do black right there for those clouds. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll save this one. File, and I'm going to save a copy. Now, if I'm going to print, I save this as a JPEG. I do save them as PNGs. Blue and orange. So I'll leave this watermarked logo option here, and then I'll that way it makes a template have one little extra element. But I want you all to think in terms of concept here. We've got background, we've got our foreground, we have our text, and then we have our accent. So here our accent is the smoke, and then also the logo. So if you think in terms of that, we call them KISS templates, keep it simple sublimator. My dad used to tell me there was a term that they had in the military, keep it simple stupid, and he adopted that for me. It was called keep it simple Shannon, and it's because your girl was always a little something extra, and I get it honest from him, but it's something that he would always tell me when I would overthink things. Just keep it simple, Shannon. And that's what I'm aiming to do. That's why these templates can be 5-minute templates, because I want it to look really extreme and cool, but I want you to be able to handle this in a very quick and efficient manner. Okay, so you all are going to look like the pros out there tackling this stuff in 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes tops. All right, so I'm checking to see if y'all have any questions for me. I'm going to go ahead and do a 13 by 19 version of this one. I'm letting the logo hang out. That's why I put the logo above the layer mask in the background, because if I put it inside of this group, then it gets cut off there. But I sometimes like for things to hang out, like my text, I like to hang outside of the mask. And if I had a little something like this, I'm going to reduce it just a little bit, just so it's not hanging out too much where it's becoming an issue to print. I want it to still be within my 13 by 19 realm, but just has that little bit of pop out effect. Yeah. All right, so let me turn off this contour of the t-shirt here. And then if I wanted to get this a little bit bigger, absolutely could here. Just because a 13 by 19 is going to have a different orientation than the all over shirt. So let me save a copy. It's a PNG. And this will be 13 by 19. Now, I do have to tell you all, I have several videos showing you how to actually print this and turn this into the 13 by 19. This is not a 13 by 19 yet. It's a big behind file. It's a big behind print. Now this is good for if you, what you call it, jumbo prints, but just essentially you just need to change this file size down. So I'm going to open the 13 by 19 design and show you what size it really is. I do not print from here. I print from my actual JPEGs or PNGs. Now let me show y'all what happens here. We'll go to image size, and see how it's still a 44 by 36? And that's because it has all this extra data saved out of here. We're going to use our crop tool, and we're going to tell it that we want a 13 by 19 ratio. That does not mean it's going to be a 13 by 19 size. So 13 by 19 ratio. I think this looks pretty good. I probably could come in just a little bit. That looks good. Like I'm going to have clean outline. I'm going to hit enter. And you do want to hit this check mark if you're printing, because this is going to make your file smaller. Delete cropped pixels. We're going to select yes for that, because once this is a final printable design, you don't want all those extra pixels. Now, if I was doing this for my Photoshop file, I would not delete the crop pixels if I was making this into a 13 by 19 template. Right now, I'm just doing my printable size. All right, so image size is still huge, y'all. It's 21 by 32. Which, let's say if I wanted to do this as a jumbo print, I would make my width 18. The height would be somewhere around, I'll say the height should be no taller than 25 to give you a little area there. So 25 by 17 is basically what you end up with. And that uses two 13 by 19s to make a jumbo print on a shirt. But what we want is one 13 by 19. So I'm going to change this to 13 width. We see that our height is 19 and okay. So now this is ready to print, okay? So that is my 13 by 19 that's ready to go. I'll save that. All right, so finally, the last thing that I do with you all for the demo sessions is I work on my mock-ups while I take any questions you all may have. So let's mock up, let's talk. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna save this file definitely because I think we did a little extra work to it. Let me clean up some of my file names here. And then what I will do is I'm going to change this back to, you know, your town tigers, because I got smoke in the design, but I want no smoke. No smoke with none of these folks that have these licensed logos and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and change that back to your town. All right, your town tigers. And I like this image. It looks really nice. So I'm going to leave that in there. And then your name is on there. The number is on there. Y'all can change that out. And then let's make sure that the Hocus Pocus now still looks good. And then what I'm going to do here for the just a bunch of Hocus Pocus, if you want to go back to that color scheme, which is, I'm going to show you all how to do that. And then I think I need to do a different logo here, definitely. Let me find, and I have all kind of logos. Let me see if I can find a quick mascot logo. Or let me see if I can find something that works with the Hocus Pocus design. Excuse me, y'all. Alright, so I actually have another. Should I give y'all this one? Let's see. I want to do maybe, I'm thinking like a silhouette or something in the background there. Let me see if I can find one. Now I have my own little cartoon version. I think I'll show you how to create a silhouette real quick. This isn't part of the tutorial, but whenever we come up with stuff live together, it makes me think. Alright. So what I think I'll do is I might take this one and save it as a PNG. And then let's drag that PNG into here. Alright, and in order to make it a silhouette, all I'm going to do is do my effects and do a color overlay. And I'm going to choose black. Alright, so now let's see what that looks like. Let's say yes to update that. Oh, you know what, this was an SVG PNG, so let me do something to make it a real smart object. Actually gonna have to delete it to make it a new smart object, so I'll just make a new smart object. Just bring it in. And then we will rasterize it and then make it a smart object. That way, once I go into it, I can update it. Alright, and then I'll just do a color overlay like we talked about to make it a silhouette. It'll make it black. So let's change this back to the Hocus Pocus. Oh, did I delete my text? No, it's still there. And then I'm going to go ahead and also take off the layer mask here so we can see everything. And let's go backwards now. I'm going to bring back the original colors. So I'm going to take off the, I'll call this background, or just call this name, behind photo. That should be pretty self-explanatory, but that was not the name behind the photo. There we go. This one. There it goes. The one that says your name, that's the one that we're going to turn off. And I'm going to group it, put it in a folder called name behind photo. And then I like to name my text groups as text, so I know that it's not the name of an image or anything, it's actually text, it's editable. Alright, so let's change out our image now. Photo goes back to our cartoon image, yes. Alright, and then the colors. So we want to bring the colors back, right? Then I'm going to start at the top and I'm just going to go through. I know 4 was still black, 3. I'm just going to bring back my bright green. Say yes to save those changes. 2. We had the orange selected there. And 1, I think we had the purple there. And then for the background color, we had orange, we have black, purple. I think originally I had it on black, so we'll bring the black back. And then for the clouds, I think I did have purple here. I might have had green for the smoke 3 to 4. Can't remember exactly what I had, but you all can see that basically all those things are changeable here. Some might even be a little bit different. But recoloring is done, is back to the original image. So y'all see how quick that is. All right, so I am going to turn back on our young lady because that's the one that I was originally inspired by. So this is what you all will see when y'all get this one. But just know there's a way to change it out to be whatever you want it to be. Now for that logo, I don't know if the town was tigers. Let me just look real quick to see if I have a little tiger logo. I'm clicking on everything but what I'm intending to click on right now. Alright, so this is a little tiger mascot. Let me see if I can download it and make it work for this purpose. And then just because everything is green, I'm just going to do it real quick. This isn't this team's mascot, obviously, but if I wanted to do a color overlay there, I'm just going to go ahead and yes here. And let's turn off the color overlay. Well, actually, we'll keep it on. And let's make that color the green. Here we go. And I'm just going to choose a blend mode of color there. That way it makes the image kind of match with, or let's do hue. So I keep, oh no, it's not black in the outline. So yeah, either hue or let's see, color will let's just use color because it gives me a good kind of monochromatic scheme there. And then let's change this now to the green color scheme. Again, Smart Color 3 was that dark color. Smart Color 2, let's change it to white. The purple, ooh, looks good. That green looks good with purple. I never would have guessed that. We'll bring the bright green in. And there we have it. And if you want to bring the name back behind the head there, we should be able to bring that right on back. And then make sure that we have the blend modes on what we need to get the colors we want out of it. And I think that's good to go. We'll turn back on our guidelines here. That's what I want to be our inspiration image. All right, this looks so tough, y'all. All right, let me turn off my guidelines for a sec. Oh, I already got this as a screenshot, didn't I? Yeah, I did, but not with the tiger in the background. So let's get it with the tiger in the background. All right, file, export. Nope, I don't want to export. I want to save a copy as a PNG. And see, I didn't get our girl as an all over, so I'm glad I did this. All Alright, so we actually have 2 folks that will be getting this template for free because I used 2 different images to do the mock-up. Alright, speaking of mock-up, that's what I was supposed to be doing. 142, I believe we had a good mock-up. So we won't get a chance, or we may not get a chance to do the mock-up in class, and that's fine. If we get a chance to do it, we'll do it. It's never the aim of the class to get the mock-up done. I just give y'all my mock-up files for free so that you have something, no excuses, basically, to put your work out there. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is 143. Boom, boom. So even if we don't get a chance to mock it up like I'm doing right now, you'll have this video to refer to and several other videos where I show y'all mock-ups. Alright, so let's go ahead and save this, close it out. And let that do its thing. And we'll open up the... We have some 13 by 19s and some all overs. So this is going to be tough because I don't know which ones I want to be my all overs and my 13 by 19s. These all look so cool. Alright, so maybe let's do... Oh man, this is so hard. I'm going to go ahead and do all of the all overs. And maybe I'll do the front one as a 13 by 19. Let's see. So let's go ahead and drag and drop our... Let's do this image first. Alright. And then what I do for the mock-ups, you have to basically turn off that background layer. And right click, go to flatten image, because otherwise it won't let you do multiple layers. And I started doing that on purpose because sometimes our mock-up files can be huge, and they're not meant to be huge. They're really like low resolution files, but they'll be huge just because we'll keep stacking images up in these smart objects, which does essentially make your file larger for no reason. Alright, so I'm going to turn that on now, turn off the 13 by 19 image. And there we go. Alright, so what is next? Let's do our young lady here. The 13 by 19 was activated. I'm just going to turn it off. Turn on the all over version. And let's go ahead and switch this one out. There we go. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, see, it's asking me to save changes. If I try to say yes to save changes, it's going to ask me to save it as a different file. And that's because it will not recognize it until you flatten the image. Then you can save it and it'll update. And it's just saving right now. Then it should update the smart object. There we go. And then let me take off the sneaker. So I'm thinking, do I want to do the all over, or I'm going to new smart object via copy that one, delete that layer mask, bring this over here, and let's switch this one out to the Halloween theme. Oh, I did all of that and I didn't save my Oliver version of this one. That might be a sign to use the 13 by 19 there. And let's flatten the image here. Okay, so I think it does capture. It's an all over shirt and a 13 by 19. Then I don't have to juggle in my mind about which one should be the 13 by 19. It's already done for me. All right. So now let me just change the words up on this mock-up. We are on course number 143 now. And this is a Keep It Simple Smart Color template. I told you I'm going to be doing, as my way to introduce new people into the academy that might be thinking it's like really difficult to do these things. I'm going to be doing more of the Keep It Simple Smart Color templates, just so we can get acclimated, we can get our confidence built up, and then of course they all have very advanced topics kind of embedded in them, even if you don't know it, like with the blend modes and that sort of thing. But for the most part, your mind can be at ease whenever you see the Keep It Simple sublimator, okay, or the Keep It Simple Smart Colors. I want you all to think of this is going to be an easy peasy, 5 to 10 minute template change out if I were doing this on my own. So I want to foster that confidence in Photoshop. All right, so that was my mock-up. There we go. I'm going to change these colors up though. I'm liking this green. Pick green from somewhere. Green and orange. All right. And then for my bullet points, let's go back to the green that I like. There we go. All right, so I can save my mock-up now. You all will be getting a copy of this mock-up in your zip file. I haven't, I think I used Affinity Designer once. I used Affinity Photo for quite a bit. And there are ways to actually like pull the templates into Affinity, but because Photoshop is more advanced than Affinity, it dumbs down a lot of the things that Photoshop will do. And then you basically have to correct those things. So it is possible to do these in Affinity. It's just I got so tired of like redoing every single one of my templates that I just encourage people to do the Photoshop, at least to learn and to color manage. So in sublimation, color management is crucial. It is probably one of the things that will either make you pull your hair out or make you feel good about what you did for the day. So I found that with Affinity, I had trouble doing color management for sublimation, but in Photoshop, it's just pretty much straightforward. I allow Photoshop to manage my colors for me, and it works well with the True Colors ink. It works well for what's on the screen versus what the customer expects, that sort of thing. I have not found that same thing to be true in Affinity yet, so I kind of stopped promoting and working in Affinity. But I can do it. And the only reason why I can work Affinity is because I know Photoshop. So my spiel with that is to, do your best to get into Photoshop, learn it, to where you're comfortable with it, and then you can learn any other design program. Basically, if Photoshop is the top program to learn, by you knowing it, you will know how to navigate some of these other programs as well. And we have a hoodie template with long sleeves. It's called an all over ish. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. On the Academy. It's actually one of our top courses on the Academy. It is, let me see if I can find it for ya. I think it was like 117 or something like that. Yep, 117. So 117 basically is using the same concept of smart colors and smart objects, and you're able to print all of these different areas, and it would be for a hoodie, a long sleeve t-shirt. You can even have the socks designs kind of change simultaneous. So what this does is it makes you to where you only change a few things in the design, but the whole theme changes, the color scheme changes, the text changes based on what changes you make on this template. So this is a very, very powerful template as well. All right, love. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on getting this excuse me, getting this uploaded for you all. I'm just scrolling up so you'll see where it goes. And also to let you all know, we have a workshop coming up in Jacksonville, the 28th, I believe. As a matter of fact, let me see. See if I can find this post real quick so we can see. These are our live workshops, and I'm making the listings for these this week so y'all can sign up. It's going to be very limited seating because we are going to be adhering to social distancing and that sort of thing. So we want to make sure that that we make it worth it though, because it's an all-day thing. It's from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and lunch is provided in the middle of the day. We have a lot of fun. We go through a lot of concepts. We even do Photoshop. We do all of the things that you see here. We do the blinged out 13 by 19 shirt. We do a license plate. We do socks with the taco method. We do an all over shirt from the 13 by 19 prints and with the 16 by 20 press. All of those things we do in one single day, including go through a Photoshop template that basically designs all of the stuff at once for you, the license plate, socks, and t-shirt, which is, by the way, a on-demand triple threat. Okay, so we will be doing that in Jacksonville, 828. Atlanta will be in ATL, 911. We'll do another one in Jacksonville, 925. Chicago is going to be 1023. That's where our girl E is. Houston will be there 1113. And then LA, I haven't been, so I'm excited. So as long as y'all let us in, you know, LA, y'all might be on some restrictions by then. We might not be able to get into the town. So let's see, 12/4. So we're definitely opening up some of these different locations so that we can come to you, teach you what we know, and then that way get things going, because a lot of times people just need the hands-on just one time to kind of spark that motivation to keep it going. So that's what we're doing. I can't wait. I want you all to come to the Academy. You'll see that. And y'all have been asking about, what is it called, Sezzle. Because it allows you to break up the payments into 4 payments over, I think it's over a course of maybe 6 weeks. So we will have Sezzle available, but you'll have to go to the Innate Lab website to do the Sezzle, because Sezzle won't do it on this educational site. Okay, so I'm listening to you all. I promise I do. When y'all say something, it does not just go to the back of my head and it stays on the front of my brain until I know that I can make it work for you all. So we will have Sezzle available. Awesome. Yep, Simply Beautiful. Shanon, she is an approved coach and she can walk you through the split template. So y'all make sure y'all checking out our coaches because I'm going to be highlighting them more. But they are definitely able to help you more with a one-on-one process if you need to have help creating a PNG. They can help you create PNGs. They can help you with using the split template. They can actually coach you one-on-one and help you on through the Zoom sessions just like I do for the classes. So you all keep that in mind, okay? So Shawnee, thanks for chiming in there to help out. Awesome, awesome. All right, so let me go ahead and get this uploaded for you all. You'll see this up within the next hour. It'll have the live 8:18, and it will be 8 p.m. Because it's during the week. So we do it during the week. We do 8 p.m. And you'll see the mock-up that we just created here will be what you see. All right. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and export, save that for web. $143. Boom. David, you want to start a t-shirt business and don't know where to start or what you'll need? That is, it's one of the first questions, but it really shouldn't be a heavy question. It should be a simple video and process that we do. If there are other people who are interested in that same thing, because I know what I primarily have been teaching is just Photoshop and of course applications and sublimation tutorials. But if you all are interested in that, like how to start the business, what are the little steps to get you going in a big way, let me know. Of course, David, I understand you're interested in that because I'll do a free class on that. I'll do a free class on that, and it'll be on the Academy. So that definitely let's go ahead and set something like that up because I would like to do a live where you all can ask questions. Maybe we'll do a table talk with some of the coaches, and then that way you'll have more than just one brain that you can pick and ask questions, and we'll understand what it is. Because sometimes it's hard to remember when you've been doing it for so long. Like, how did you really get started? What are the things, the pitfalls, the trips, the things that actually, the diamonds in the rough that made you successful? It helps you to ask those questions to get us to pull those answers back out again. The best hoodies for sublimation, I like one that Sandmar carries. It's a Sport Tech brand. I can't remember the exact model of it right now, but I really like it. It's 100% polyester. Let me see if I can get them on there for you. This is oh, I know what I can do. I can just look up the sports performance and I sort it by low price to high price, and then the color I look for white, and then the fabric I make sure is polyester. Oh yeah, these shirts are good too. Like football season, these are really nice. They're quarter zip pullovers. They have the sweatshirt version of them, and they also have like a really thin kind of just performance shirt version of them. And those thinner performance shirt versions sell really well because you can layer them if it's a cold, kind of season, or you can still even wear them in summertime because it's still that breathable performance fabric. But to answer your questions about the hoodies, I do this jacket a lot too, the fleece full zip jacket. This is the answer to that one as far as the hoodie. So this is a fleece hoodie pullover. And like I said, I like this one and I like the zip. And I kind of use them interchangeably. Yep, P Killer, you got to get on the Facebook. I tell you, I only have Facebook. I only have Instagram because of business. And then I just went to where personally I didn't do too much on Facebook for the past like year and a half, just to kind of pull myself and my business together. But that Instagram and Facebook have been instrumental in growing the visibility of the business. So I would definitely urge you to do that. And the Facebook groups that are out there is one way that I grew my business as well, a major way that I grew my business. Yeah, Five Below. Yep, I've heard Five Below has some hoodies as well. I tend to look for stuff I can get online because, boy, if you catch me in the store, it's probably a bad day if I actually go to the store to look for something. I just don't like hunting for stuff. I like to be able to go online, find my little resources, and know it'll, be to me in a day or so. Ellis Fix, I have not confirmed the bigger press just yet. We have a few people in the group who purchased, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind helping you on that. But I would definitely look for, there's a post on the Innate Creatives where we talked about the large format press, and some people commented that they received it or that they ordered it. I haven't checked with anyone yet who has received it. I was actually about to purchase a few of them, but I wasn't happy with how they were flip-flopping on prices for shipping, and then they would switch up the price when it came to actually getting it to your door. All of those things were kind of unacceptable to me, so I wanted to wait until I could pull some negotiations and show what kind of weight we had as a sublimation community, so that that type of miscommunication and misrepresentation of price did not come at the expense of our people, right? So I'll be following up on that too. All right, love. So let me go ahead and upload this class, because if I don't, we'll be sitting here till 8 o'clock, which is when class starts. And I'll go ahead and give that, okay? All right, love. So y'all know what time it is. I appreciate you, and I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Bye.